Comet 3I Atlas is a visitor that formed around a distant star and has been drifting through interstellar space for hundreds of millions of years. New observations from ALMA reveal a chemical signature unlike anything commonly seen before. Strong hydrogen cyanide emissions are appearing close to the nucleus, while an even more remarkable abundance of methanol is spread across the surrounding gas cloud. Since its discovery in July 2025, 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object to enter our solar system, has continued to puzzle astronomers with behavior that evolves in unexpected ways. Recent raw-frame images captured on December 2nd have exposed features that challenge what most scientists expect from a typical comet. Instead of displaying a classic tail and a turbulent, shifting atmosphere, 3I Atlas shows a smooth, highly symmetric coma, a soft halo of dust and gas with no obvious tail structure. The glow appears evenly distributed. Brightness gradients are gentle, and there is no broad ion tail visible. When these images are examined more closely, astronomers and astrophotographers notice a subtle but consistent increase in the coma's thickness across successive frames. Stabilized and refined versions of the data show that the coma is slowly expanding outward. The shape remains largely isotropic, meaning it is nearly symmetrical in all directions, and the central brightness stays sharply defined. This suggests the surrounding dust and gas are being steadily replenished or redistributed, rather than released in the chaotic bursts usually seen during explosive cometary outbursts. At the same time, the object displays a series of additional anomalies, nearly 10 in total, prompting researchers to gather as much data as possible to understand its true nature. For example, it appears to be shedding nickel with very little iron, a ratio typically associated with industrial nickel alloys rather than natural cosmic materials. This has led to provocative questions. Could the object be technological in origin? Was its trajectory influenced by some form of intelligence? One proposed way to investigate this would be through high-resolution imaging. The sharpest image was reportedly taken on October 2nd by the HiRISE camera aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. But due to the government shutdown, that data was never released. Beyond this, there are intriguing hints of faint microjets or finger-like structures extending away from the nucleus. These delicate features may be evidence of localized sublimation, where subsurface ices warm under sunlight and release gas and dust through narrow vents. Crucially, these jets appear linked to the rotation of the nucleus, pointing to an actively spinning body rather than a dead, inert rock. This combination of a symmetric coma, the absence of a clear tail, smooth brightness gradients, and subtle jets sets 3I Atlas apart from long-period comets originating within our solar system. Because of this, some astronomers suggest that its coma profile more closely resembles that of known interstellar visitors such as 1I/Oumuamua and 2I/Borisov, hinting that 3I Atlas may belong to a distinct class of comet-like objects shaped by conditions beyond our solar system. Additionally, 3I Atlas is traveling along a hyperbolic trajectory at high speed relative to the Sun, meaning it is not gravitationally bound to our system, is only passing through. This makes its visit brief and fleeting, turning every observation into a rare and valuable opportunity. Once the object exits the solar system, humanity may never again collect data from it. By exhibiting coma behavior that diverges so strongly from textbook comet models, 3I Atlas is challenging, and perhaps expanding, our understanding of what comets and comet-like bodies can be. It raises fundamental questions about its origin. What conditions in another star system shaped its unusual composition? Does it contain exotic ices, unfamiliar dust, or chemical compounds rarely or never seen in solar system comets? And could there be many more such interstellar travelers quietly sweeping through our neighborhood unnoticed? 3I Atlas is only the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed passing through our solar system, a rare cosmic visitor from a completely different stellar environment. Its hyperbolic path means it entered briefly and will depart forever, never to return. Unlike the comets we have studied for decades, 3I Atlas refuses to conform to expectations. It carries ancient chemistry forged around another sun, offering humanity a remarkable chance to examine matter formed far beyond our planetary system. As 3I Atlas approaches its closest pass to Earth, astronomers have captured new raw-frame images that reveal an unsettling mystery. The comet's coma, its envelope of gas and dust, has expanded dramatically in recent weeks. Yet instead of stretching into a long tail shaped by solar wind like ordinary comets, the coma remains almost perfectly circular and symmetric. There is no visible tail, no directional dust stream, only a smooth, even glow that gently fades outward. This implies that solar radiation is influencing the object in an unusually stable way. Scientists describe this behavior as highly uncommon and unlike anything typically observed among comets native to our solar system. The latest data also indicates the presence of tiny, localized jets, miniature streams of gas flickering beneath the surface of the coma. These microjets show that the object remains active, but rather than producing violent, chaotic outbursts of dust and ice, its emissions appear organized and steady, as if the internal venting is regulated over time. Researchers believe this remarkable symmetry may reflect chemical or physical formation conditions very different from those of comets born near our Sun. To better understand its true behavior, astronomers from observatories around the world are combining datasets, refining images, and extracting more detail than ever before. Each new frame reveals a perfectly rounded, polished coma and a central glow that holds its structure regardless of viewing angle. Smooth brightness gradients replace the ragged dust features typically seen in comet imagery. Even the solar wind, which normally distorts and tears cometary material apart, seems to interact with Atlas in a gentler way. This refined and stable structure has sparked intense scientific interest because it challenges the long-held assumption that comets must form a tail when heated by the sun. The absence of a tail could indicate heavier dust grains, unusual sublimation processes, or physical alteration caused by billions of years of exposure to cosmic radiation in interstellar space. In simple terms, this object has endured a far harsher existence than comets native to our solar system. And it shows. The stability of the coma also suggests that the nucleus of 3I Atlas may be structurally stronger, possibly composed of materials uncommon in ordinary comets. Some scientists have even proposed that objects like this represent an entirely new category of interstellar bodies, not fragile icy remnants of planetary formation, but durable fragments forged in violent star-forming regions across the galaxy. Its brief presence offers a once-in-a-generation opportunity to study what distant worlds might be made of, as 3I Atlas continues its journey past the Sun and away from Earth. Researchers are racing to capture every possible observation before it vanishes into the darkness of interstellar space. 3I Atlas may not pose an immediate danger, but its behavior is fundamentally reshaping what scientists thought they understood about cometary physics. It may contain chemical building blocks from a distant star system, preserved in isolation for billions of years. Now, it is revealing itself in an unsettling way by defying nearly every rule traditionally associated with comets. While public institutions largely remain silent, a group of independent data scientists and cryptographers began examining electromagnetic pulses linked to 3 Atlas. Using deep neural networks trained on multilingual pattern recognition and cosmic signal databases, they detected something unusual. What emerged was not a linguistic message, but a recursive structure based on ratios, patterns reflecting the golden ratio. Fibonacci sequences and prime number spirals appeared, the same mathematical forms found in biological life. Galactic structures, DNA sequencing, and ancient architecture on Earth. Many dismiss these findings as coincidence. However, the signal was not static. It evolved over time, responding subtly to solar activity, planetary alignment, and even radio emissions originating from Earth. One particularly unsettling discovery stood out. A brief disruption in the pulse pattern aligned precisely with the moment the James Webb Space Telescope first locked onto 3I Atlas in the infrared spectrum. This timing suggested the object may have become aware that it was being observed. In response, it appeared to emit a mathematical signature, a form of communication rooted in principles older than spoken language itself. It was a language of structure, of life, of deliberate design. What truly disturbed researchers was not only the object's trajectory or its signals, but what seemed to exist beneath its surface. Spectroscopic data from James Webb detected faint traces of complex carbon-based molecules, specifically polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, coating the outer shell of 3 Atlas. These compounds are more than simple organics. They are widely regarded as foundational elements of prebiotic chemistry, precursors to amino acids, RNA structures, and eventually life. What made this discovery especially alarming was their purity. Unlike the disordered chemical mixtures typically found in primitive comets, these molecules appeared highly organized, suggesting they were either refined through unknown processes or deliberately cultivated. Some theorists began to speculate that the object could be a seed vessel, an ancient carrier of life engineered not merely to explore, but to initiate colonization. If that were true, then Earth's position might not be accidental. It may not be a target of destruction or conflict, but of observation, planting, and eventual integration. With 3 confirmed interstellar visitors now identified, Oumuamua, Borisov, and 3I Atlas, scientists have started connecting ideas once thought impossible. Oumuamua was fast, silent, and tumbling. Borisov behaved more like a comet, yet showed unusual acceleration. 3I Atlas appears to be something in between, slower, more massive, possibly engineered, and growing more complex the longer it remains within the solar system. The James Webb Telescope has recorded subtle changes in its reflective surface, shifts in patterning that resemble self-adjustment, like a machine recalibrating itself, adapting and preparing. The most disturbing development came with the latest observations. 3I Atlas has begun emitting a secondary signal, lower in frequency, with longer pulses. And critically, this signal is directed toward deep space rather than Earth, is broadcasting outward. Some interpret this as a call for reinforcements. Others believe it is transmitting a report. Regardless of interpretation, one conclusion has become difficult to ignore. This object was never just an interstellar rock. It behaves more like a node, a probe, a messenger. Just as scientists believed they had extracted all possible insights from 3I Atlas, an event occurred that blurred the line between distant observation and direct consequence. A high-altitude surveillance balloon operating over Antarctica as part of a classified atmospheric monitoring program detected a powerful microwave burst. The signal was brief, sharp, and centered directly above the southern pole. Initial assessments blamed solar interference, but cross-reference data revealed that the timing matched exactly with a newly observed angular shift in 3I Atlas's trajectory. Moments later, multiple seismic stations across Antarctica recorded ultra-low-frequency vibrations unrelated to tectonic activity or ice movement. The frequencies matched the deep space pulse emitted by 3I Atlas in both pitch and duration. What had been considered a distant cosmic anomaly now appeared to have a terrestrial echo. Questions quickly followed. Could the object be influencing Earth's magnetic field? Or was it activating something hidden beneath the ice? The idea that 3I Atlas might be awakening dormant systems on Earth, whether natural or artificial, was not only unthinkable, it was deeply unsettling. Yet the data itself was difficult to dismiss. Back at Mission Control, one of the youngest data analysts uncovered something unusual while reviewing archived telescope imagery. By overlaying 3 Atlas's trajectory onto celestial coordinate grids derived from ancient Babylonian star charts, he noticed that its path intersected not only planetary alignments, but constellations considered sacred across multiple civilizations, including Orion, Draco, and the Pleiades. When mapped over time, these intersections formed a precise spiral pattern, one that closely mirrored symbols found in ancient cave art across South America, Africa, and even pre-dynastic Egypt. Some rejected these connections as pseudo-archaeology. Others within the Webb Science team quietly began running simulations based on a more radical idea. That 3 Atlas's path was performative, a ritualized mapping encoded into its motion, visible only to civilization advanced enough to recognize it. What if the object was not merely traveling through space, but broadcasting culture, memory, and history? a legacy older than humanity itself? And if so, was the spiral meant as a sign of peace, or a warning left behind by those who came long before? As tensions quietly escalated within private defense circles and black-budget agencies, a radical concept began gaining traction, what some now refer to as the lock and key hypothesis. According to this theory, Oumuamua was the lock, a quiet and inert object sent to silently evaluate Earth's readiness, intelligence, and response. It was never intended to interact and posed no threat because its role was purely observational. It functioned like a trigger, a cosmic safe left unopened. 3I Atlas, in this view, is the key, engineered not merely to observe, but to unlock something, whether hidden deep within the planet, embedded within humanity itself, or waiting for activation in orbit. Evidence supporting this idea emerged only days ago. Scientists detected a minute oscillation in Earth's magnetosphere that aligned perfectly with a signal from 3I Atlas. The disturbance was invisible to human senses, yet strong enough to interfere with long-range communication. Satellites. The event lasted just 6 minutes, but during that brief window, both Voyager probes temporarily deviated from protocol, emitting unusual data bursts that analysts have still not been able to interpret. It felt as though something dormant inside them had stirred, something familiar, almost like a recognition or a handshake. As more information leaked, a controversial but increasingly discussed concept resurfaced: the portal hypothesis. Some researchers, drawing from quantum field theory and studies of exotic matter, now argue that 3I Atlas may not be a craft or a rock in any conventional sense. Instead, it could be a mobile gateway, not traveling through space in the usual way, but creating localized distortions in space-time that allow reality itself to fold around it. In simpler terms, it may function as a moving wormhole generator. The evidence is subtle but troubling. Webb-recorded lensing distortions that cannot be explained by heat, light, or known physical processes. Tiny gravitational anomalies behave like microsingularities. More disturbing still, these distortions affect not only light, but time itself. Spectral data gathered over a 3-hour observation period showed temporal drift, with light arriving earlier than physically possible unless time was being compressed around the object. If this interpretation is correct, then 3I Atlas is not simply an alien artifact, it is an artificial anomaly, a manipulator of space-time, a gatekeeper, and Earth may not be its first destination, only the next one in line. As the Webb telescope continued extended infrared monitoring of 3I Atlas, scientists uncovered another shocking detail. The object was not merely reflecting starlight. It was emitting radiation within a tightly constrained region of the electromagnetic spectrum. This narrow band, lying between gamma rays and soft X-rays, was long believed to be nearly silent in natural cosmic environments. Yet 3I Atlas was producing pulses within this range, cycling at precise intervals like a binary code. What unsettled researchers most was not just the artificial nature of these emissions, but how they interacted with human technology. Several space observatories reported sensor overloads and sudden blind spots. One experimental telescope in Australia suffered catastrophic failure when a millisecond-long signal spike melted its primary detection chip. The implication was chilling. 3I Atlas appears capable of blinding our instruments, suppressing observation, and controlling what we are able to perceive. Oumuamua had been enigmatic but passive. 3I Atlas, by contrast, was beginning to appear calculated and strategic. Its emissions were not beacons meant to announce presence, but jamming fields, subtle, deliberate, and precise. As global unease intensified, a multinational research team initiated an unprecedented experiment, measuring Earth's natural electromagnetic behavior during 3I Atlas's closest approach. The results sparked alarm behind closed doors. Magnetic anomaly detectors across the planet registered a synchronized pattern never observed before. Ancient volcanoes, crystal caverns, and even tectonic fault lines began resonating at the same frequency as 3I Atlas's pulses. Seismographs detected low-level vibrations that some geologists described as heartbeat-like, repeating every 43 seconds in perfect synchrony. Even more unsettling were the biological effects. Migratory birds, whales, and subterranean insects across the globe simultaneously altered their navigation paths, as though an unseen compass had suddenly reversed. It was as if Earth itself remembered something, a buried pattern encoded deep within its structure. And 3I Atlas had reawakened it. In the Pacific Ocean, a privately operated satellite array, funded by a technology billionaire, intercepted a signal unlike anything previously recorded. It did not originate from Earth or from any known satellite. It came directly from 3I Atlas and was aimed at the Moon. The transmission was not encoded in any known language. Instead, it took the form of a multi-layered wave packet structured across 5 dimensions of data: amplitude, frequency, time, polarization, and harmonic tone. Experts in symbolic mathematics attempted to analyze it. Linguists ran extensive simulations. What emerged was not a sentence, but something closer to an instruction set. A command seemingly designed to be executed by an unknown system. When NASA's Deep Space Network traced the signal's path, it confirmed a deeply unsettling fact. The transmission struck a precise lunar coordinate associated with unusually dense mass concentrations, regions believed to be remnants of ancient internal lunar activity, or perhaps something else entirely. At that moment, the theory crossed a line. 3I Atlas may be attempting to activate something buried beneath the Moon's surface. Not all responses unfolded in the public scientific sphere. In a final, desperate effort to test the object's behavior, a covert military probe was launched from a classified orbital platform disguised as a communications satellite. Its mission was to perform a close flyby of 3I Atlas and conduct a high-resolution scan using ionized particle waves. The probe never reached its target. At a distance of just 1.3 million kilometers, the signal abruptly vanished. Initially, analysts suspected a systems failure, but 27 seconds before contact was lost, the probe recorded something that stunned even seasoned experts: an energy barrier. It was not a physical wall, but a field of charged particles arranged in a lattice-like structure, similar to a Faraday cage. It was as if the probe had collided with an invisible shield. The final image transmitted showed a fractal reflection of the probe itself, mirrored back as though the object was scanning it in perfect imitation. Then there was silence. At that point, denial became impossible. 3I Atlas was not only detecting potential threats, it was protected, responsive, and perhaps even aware. Not alive in the biological sense, but in a quantum sense. A machine with perception, a system with memory, a guardian of something humanity was never meant to reach. This leads to the question few are willing to voice openly. What if 3I Atlas did not wander into our solar system by chance? What if it was never truly traveling at all, but dormant, waiting along a predetermined path, designed not for exploration, but for repetition? What if its trajectory is ancient, calculated to intersect with civilizations only when they reach a specific threshold, a level of technological capability, cosmic curiosity, and daring? And what if humanity has crossed that threshold too soon? Perhaps the true horror is not that 3I Atlas is artificial, or that it may be alive, or even that it is observing us. Perhaps the most unsettling possibility is that it is not watching us at all. That every signal, every adjustment, every silent maneuver is meant for something else, something behind it, something still approaching. In that case, we have not merely discovered an object from beyond the stars. We may have activated a beacon, unlocked a warning, and now the universe itself is paying attention.